Hey everyone, Darryl here. I just wanted to let you guys know before this episode starts that I'm going to issue a little trigger warning. About 12 minutes in, Brianna and I start discussing topics like religion and death. It doesn't last the entire episode, but it goes for a little bit, starting around 12 minutes or so. So if you are easily triggered by those types of topics, this episode may not be for you. But, however, this is a really good episode, and I hope you guys enjoy it. We had a great time talking about a lot of different things during this episode, so hope you enjoy. All right, so I did something stupid yesterday.
What did you do?
So I went grocery shopping and I realized that I was on my last roll of toilet paper. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to get some more toilet paper because pretty soon we're going back into lockdown here in New York.
Yeah.
At least I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that people are going to be stocking up on toilet paper, even though they say customers are allowed one pack per checkout. I got a nice solid 18-pack roll of really soft toilet paper, the Charmin Ultra brand.
Ooh, we stand Charmin.
Yes, Charmin, if you want to sponsor this podcast, we're looking for sponsors. We're looking for sponsors, baby.
Hell yeah, baby. I wipe my ass with you all the time.
Absolutely. When people ask me what I clean my asshole with, I'm like, the Bear brand. So anyway, I get all my groceries. I put my toilet paper on the bottom of the cart, and I go out and I put everything in the car, put the shopping cart away. I forgot to take the toilet paper out from under the cart. I got home, and the one thing that made me realize that I had left the toilet paper under the shopping cart in the parking lot was because I was also looking for wipes because, you know, I personally think that everybody should also, after they wipe their ass with toilet paper, should be extra thorough and go through with a wet wipe or two or three or four or five or six. So I was walking down and they didn't really have regular wipes, but they did have this brand called Dude Wipes. And I was standing there, I'm like,
God damn it.
Do I grab this?
Hey, can I get a pack of Dude Wipes? Thanks.
Do I grab this extremely bro-ish kind of brand of wet wipes? Or do I just say fuck it and just go with the toilet paper and wait for some other place? Or go to the pharmacy and get wipes there?
Jesus
But no,
Christ.
I grabbed the Dude Wipes. They're just regular wipes. It's like a non-scented, just disposable, flushable wipe. Which, by the way, you guys shouldn't flush flushable wipes because a lot of times septic tanks can't handle that. Or not septic tanks. Like, your drains sometimes can't break down those wet wipes.
Oh, like the pipes?
Yeah, the pipes.
Gotcha.
So I've found out the hard way using flushing wet wipes at my apartment, and so now I just throw them out.
That's valid. That's probably the best thing to do.
Yeah. So clean your ass, kids.
I can't get over Dude Wipes, bro.
Dude wipes.
Fellas, is it gay to use wipes?
It's oh my god. Let me go get the bag. Did you hear that bang on the wall?
I did. What was that?
That was me. I was banging from the bathroom next door to the stream
fuck?
room. So I was hoping it would pick up on the mic.
It did. It was like...
I didn't. Was it like loud?
No, not that loud. It was just like in the distance.
Subtle? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I figured that, you know, it's the bathroom is adjacent to my stream room, so I figured that it would reach through.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let me look at this. Dude Wipes. Here, let me turn on my... All right, I was going to say, let me turn on my camera here, but I got to move some things.
You got some illegal things out?
No, I just... my second monitor was in the way of my camera because I moved it over.
Oh, true.
But let me see here.
Dude Wipes.
Dude Wipes.
They look exactly how I thought they would.
Really?
Yeah.
If I knew you were going to say that, I was about to ask, okay, what do you think this package looks like?
I was like, it's gonna be all black. The dude is gonna be in some weird font. Like,
Fragrance free with vitamin E and aloe.
Oh, at least you got some aloe.
Yeah, for when you poop too hard that your ass starts bleeding.
You need that cover.
So there's a thing on the back of the package, and it says directions: grab one and wipe, dude. Assembled in USA. Assembled in USA.
Bro, I hate it.
It says right here, back in the day, we founded Dude Products out of our apartment in Chicago. Whether it was some unexpected physical activity or the aftermath of the lunchtime burrito, we realized we are destined to smell. Something needed to be done. So on behalf of Dude Kind, we created Dude Wipes to combat stank and put you back on your game wherever or whenever nature calls.
So, do regular wipes not do that?
I guess not.
They were like, you know what? We need some wipes for us dude bros.
This is not for women. If you use this on your vagina, you will get a UTI.
You will grow a penis. That's awesome.
Warning, to avoid danger of suffocation, keep this bag away from babies and children.
They're not dudes.
They're not dudes. They're children.
Yep. Not dudes.
They will die if they consume this product. So, we have an update on the trivia segment. I know last week I said that we didn't do it.
Yeah.
And I know that we announced the punishment for you. However, we did run into a little bit of a snag. Snag. Would you care to explain the whole entire situation?
Yeah. So, I made my profile for Farmers Only, and I set it all up, put a picture, made my little biography. Let me tell you, my profile, 10 out of 10. I loved it.
It was one for the record books. It's such a good one. I can't wait to hear you say what it was.
So, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Farmers Only website. This was my first time ever going on it. Mm-hmm. So, I made the thing, and it tells you for your profile to put a title, and then your biography, and then your height, your weight, what you're into, all that fun stuff. So for my title, I put yeehaw. Just nice and simple, straight to the point. And then for my bio, I put just a good Christian gal looking for her cowboy.
But the thing is that you can't read any of the messages unless you pay to read them, which I think is absolute bullshit.
Dude, literally, it said I had 2 messages, and I was like, oh, fuck yeah, content. So I went to it, and then I clicked on the inbox, and it was like, oh, if you want to read your messages, you have to pay $20-something a month to use it. And I'm like, huh?
Which is honestly the dumbest idea. I mean, I get that they have to earn money somehow.
But even with Tinder and OkCupid and Bumble and all that, they're pretty well-known shits, and they're free.
Yeah.
To use. You have premium features that you can pay for.
Yeah.
But
and I've paid for a premium feature on Tinder before, back in the day. But like you said, when I admitted that to you, you were like, we all make mistakes.
Yeah, like the famous words of Hannah Montana. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days.
Everybody knows what
I'm talking about.
Everybody gets that way. Why do I know that?
How do you not know that? It's Hannah Montana.
I have 2 sisters, so that's how I know.
That's true. Honestly, I watched Hannah Montana all the time when it was on Disney Channel.
Yeah. I find this a lot easier to talk and come up with stuff when, number one, we're not high as fuck.
True.
And number two,
we can see each other.
And we can see each other. This is a lot easier. It's a lot easier this way. I think we should do it like this.
I dig it. I'm so down.
So I can always look at eye. Have I ever shown you these?
I think you showed me a Snapchat, but not up close.
It's so cool. I love it so much.
Those are dope.
If you guys can't see this, but I'm holding up this Halloween decoration that I got. It was at Michael's, and it's just a bunch of eyes floating around in like a little jar. Okay, so back to the farmers only thing.
Yes. So unfortunately, we were unable to continue doing that because not gonna pay $20-something for fucking to talk to people. Hello?
Okay, so here's the thing. I did a little bit of research beforehand. All the research I did was, do you have to pay? Because I am familiar that some dating sites like
Christian Mingle.
That and also man, Christian Mingle. Of course
Dude.
they would. Of course they would require you to pay ass loads amount of money to chat. So you know exactly where that money's going, right?
Yep.
That money is going directly to the families that the church will keep quiet. They'll bribe them to stay quiet because some fucking sick priests out there fucking molested their kids.
Those motherfucking priests, brother. I have never trusted a priest in my life.
Okay, so here's my experience being in, because I used to be Catholic. I was raised in
Same.
I was raised in a Catholic family. I've been very fortunate in my life to know all of the priests that I have, like the churches that I've gone to. I've been very lucky to have priests that are genuinely very amazing human beings.
Mm-hmm.
I
don't doubt that there are like some good priests out there that like genuinely believe like what they're trying to convey to everybody and like are good people, you know?
Yeah, it's the same thing with, you could say the same thing about cops, you know?
Yeah. You can honestly, you can say that about any group.
Any profession.
Really. Yeah.
Yeah. Over here, you have your individuals that are very caring and very genuine, loving people who really love their job and do it with respect and dignity.
Yeah.
And then you have those who abuse the power that they have over people. So,
disgusting.
And it really is disgusting, which is where it's very interesting where there are blurred lines between the two.
Yeah.
There was one particular priest that I grew very fond of, and he kind of helped me when I was like kind of feeling down. Like I could go to talk to him, and because he was also a counselor as well. He's a licensed therapist, so he was kind of like a really chill, but also he will tell you straight up how it is. Like use real world logic. Instead of taking things from like the Catholic Church and stuff like that, and he was very good at knowing how to read a situation. I guess like he wasn't a by the book priest.
Okay,
I remember
those are usually like top notch.
Yeah, I remember he once gave a homily, which is kind of, if you guys don't know what a homily is like you have your readings, and then after a certain point the priest kind of has a little talk, like a little TED talk.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of boring ones, but I've seen a lot of good ones, and his were primarily all the good ones that I saw. And I remember I was probably around 13 at the time. And I've always been an all-inclusive kind of person. I've never judged anybody based on their character, based on their religion, sexual orientation, or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I know that a lot of people in our congregation were very traditionalist type of Christians, Catholics. Okay. And I remember he gave this speech. He said, "We need to stop shaming people in the LGBTQ community because those people who choose to walk among us feel alienated, and that is not what this congregation is about." And I remember when he brought that up, not a lot of people, but you could hear some like murmuring, kind of like kind of just like, oh, this is, starting to get under their skin a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's why I really liked him, because he was not afraid to challenge the community's quote unquote status quo.
Yeah.
I don't know where that all came from, but
no, that's awesome. Because personally, I've never like had, I guess, an experience like that with a priest. Like when I was small, I used to go to CCD, like, because I grew up Catholic and I still identify as Catholic, but I never really talk about it because I'm just not that kind of person really to bring religion into everyday situations, I guess.
Right.
Like, I feel like, in my opinion, like my religion is like for me, and it's not really anybody else's business. Like,
I don't think it should be.
I agree. Like, I'm not gonna push my beliefs onto somebody else, just like I wouldn't want someone to push their beliefs onto me.
Exactly.
Like, it's pretty common sense. Like,
yeah, and that was the whole point that he was also trying to bring up, you know. And also mentioning how like hypocritical it is when, you know, it's like the idea that Jesus accepted everybody for who they were.
Yeah.
You know,
I strongly believe that. Like, I personally, I don't go to church. I haven't gone to church since my grandpa passed away. Like,
nor have I.
So I don't feel comfortable in that like environment, I guess. Ever since I was a kid. And especially like a child like me, kind of realizing that I'm kind of different, like knowing that I'm kind of gay, like when I'm a little kid. So it just felt super uncomfortable, like being around that whole thing.
Did you get any vibes from anybody there that it was kind of like, oh, I don't belong here? Yeah,
so fortunately, my parents never really like tried to push religion onto me. They were just, so like I would go to CCD just to learn about like religion and stuff, but they could kind of sense that I really wasn't into it. And like, I just felt like genuinely uncomfortable. And like, I just felt like everybody there was a lot different than I was. Like they were like, oh, God is everything. And I'm like, okay, like, let's calm down.
Our God is an awesome.
Exactly.
Have you ever heard that one?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Dude, that was just ridiculous.
It is unreal how much of that stuff is still implemented into my brain. But it's because it's like that was what my part of my childhood was like. You know, it wasn't everything is God, everything is, you know, everything is about, you know, Catholicism. But, you know, my family that I was adopted into, or at least on my mother's side, were very devout Catholics, and it goes throughout my entire family. And you know, it's like it's tradition. I kind of broke away from the Catholic Church because I kind of felt like it wasn't me. I felt like I was just trying to be somebody that I wasn't, and I was trying to find answers that I knew I wasn't going to get.
Yeah.
Because anybody who, you know, and this isn't knocking on anybody who believes in an afterlife of any kind of sort. You know, you don't even have to be a Catholic. You know, there are religions where there are different types of afterlives.
Yeah.
Different gods. And, you know, I'm not saying anything negative about that. I think that's great. You know, in some ways I'm jealous that some people have that strong connection to their faith, because I kind of, right now I'm kind of just wandering through life, not really knowing. Because, I mean, that's really what life is, the great unknown.
It is.
And I felt like I didn't really belong in the Catholic Church. Which ironically is, you know, supposedly, quote unquote, a place for everybody where people can feel loved and accepted. But I didn't feel loved and accepted. I kind of hated myself.
No, that's completely valid. Like, there are some, like, a lot of ways that Catholic, Christians, like any religion, try to like make something out of you and like instill this kind of like mentality in you. Yeah. That's just, it isn't you, you know?
Yeah, because it's like for years, you know, from when I was little, I was baptized. I went up through, I got my first communion, my confirmation. Then I went to Catholic school from freshman year till senior year of high school.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, you went to Catholic school, so you were more around it than I was, to be honest. Because really, my only like experiences with like church and stuff was when I was small. So I didn't get baptized until I was 9.
Okay.
So, and I never had my confirmation after that.
Okay.
So I've just been baptized and that's it.
You want to know what my confirmation name is?
Oh my God, what?
Michael, after Michael the Archangel. So my
please.
my full name, if we're talking adding my confirmation name, which they used at my graduation.
Oh wow.
When I walked across the stage when they announced my name, Darryl, John, Michael, Scott.
Wow.
Yeah, Michael Scott.
Michael Scott.
Michael Scott. Michael Scarn. No, I figured we were talking about some really deep topics, so I thought I'd sprinkle some comedy in there for everybody listening.
That's a fucking awesome name, dude.
You know, when I think about my full name, it's Darryl John Scott, and I'm like, fuck, man. Yeah. It's 3 first names. It's like Ricky Bobby. Yeah.
My last name isn't a first name, but
it is not.
My middle name is a first name. It's Nicole. So.
Aw.
Yeah.
It's my sister's first name.
Aw, cute.
But anyway, but yeah, it's like I had that ingrained in my head at such a young age, you know, Catholic Church, where it's, you know, church. It's what we do on Sundays for an hour.
Yeah.
And I also had to go to religion classes on Monday afternoons after school. Mm-hmm. My mom taught religion at the same church that we went to growing up, and then eventually I started getting into music, and then that was one place where I started playing the drums, and I wasn't really able to do much there. I wasn't able to play any fills or play loud. It was kind of just like...
Oh, yeah, like simple beats.
Yeah. But then I moved to another church where... Man, I don't know if I should tell this story. I'm going to tell it anyway.
Do it.
So one of my good friends, I may have said this on the podcast before, but I used to go on retreats and stuff like that. And I also used to go to camps. There was one camp that I went to, and once again, not going to say the name because I don't want to incriminate anybody with the story that I'm going to tell. But I made a lot of good friends at this music camp. We'll call it Jesus Music Camp.
Jesus.
There are 2 kinds of people in the world. People who love Jesus and people who don't.
There was one good friend that I stayed in contact with afterwards, and she played piano, and her and I always really clicked. Because, you know, like... not even with music, but you know when you're just working with somebody and you're just on that same page mentally.
Yeah.
That's where we were. We got along really well, and she invited me to come play drums at her church because the drummer that before me just left, and they had this really nice Roland electric kit, and I was like, ooh, this is really cool. And they had more kind of like upbeat, you know, non-traditional music, and it was really fun to play with her, and everybody enjoyed it. Everyone was like, you're such a great drummer, like you add so much to the music, are you gonna stick around? I stuck around. Nice. And her and I would always go hang out afterwards, and so the way that it would work out would be we would play 2 services on Sundays, and then we would go get breakfast and then go smoke weed.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's like man, if there's a hell,
we going.
We going. We used to joke about that all the time too. I miss her. I don't think she listens to the podcast, but if you are happening to listen to this podcast episode sometime in the future, hit me up. It's been a while since we've talked. But she ended up leaving that church, and then after that, I kind of had really no reason to go. So that's kind of where I stopped when I stopped going to church. That was probably 3 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah, haven't really gone to church. Yeah, haven't really gone to church since then. The last time I went to church was last year for my grandma's funeral.
Yeah, I get that. Mine was like, it was in 2016. I went to church for my grandpa's wake.
And it's like, and this is absolutely no disrespect to like the memory of my grandmother or anything. You know, I miss her dearly. But that entire time when I was standing in that church, you know, it's like I felt like I was supposed to be sad, but the entire time that I was in that church, all I could feel was like, I don't belong here. I don't think I should be here right now. because I don't know, maybe it's just like I feel guilty that I grew up knowing all of this, and that I grew up just constantly trying to convince myself that I did believe in a higher power.
Yeah.
And it still sometimes gets me to this day thinking, I went through all of that stuff, and nice lights.
Thanks. I'm just trying to figure out a good one.
It's okay. And I'm like, I'm here, and just I don't know. I felt weird that entire time being there in that church on such an odd particular day, because in a very short time span, I had to deal with the death of one of my best friends, and then I had to deal with the loss of my grandmother, and other than that, I've only had a couple friends in passing that I knew briefly that passed away, and like other than that, only like one other person really close to me has passed away. But it's like, I don't know, sometimes when those things happen, I start to think about my Catholic upbringing, because I do want to think that sometime after we die, because that's life, you're born and then you die. I don't necessarily at this point really believe in like a heaven where it's like, oh, the pearly gates of heaven are going to open and all the angels are going to welcome me in, and everybody that I loved and knew in my life is going to be there, blah, 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 blah. And everybody else that wronged me is burning in hell. But I feel like when I have a very close bond with somebody, that it's something that lasts, for a long time.
Yeah.
So, I feel like if we die and that's it, I think that would be a shame.
Yeah.
I think that would be an outright shame.
It would be. And I feel like everyone who does, like, that wants to believe in any, like, the afterlife or a higher power, like, I feel like they hold on to that faith, because if you don't have that, like, you really have nothing else.
Yeah, really. And people who are really hardcore atheists, pretty much 100% of the time they used to come from a religion, and something happened to them, and which caused them to just be like, there is no God. Which, first of all, I'm not trying to say that all atheists are assholes.
Yeah.
I would identify myself as agnostic.
Okay.
And
I think my cousin does as well. So
it's like, I particularly don't necessarily believe in a God, but I can't prove that there's not, and I'm not going to argue that there isn't.
Yeah.
But those people that claim to know everything, even if they're very devout to their faith, anybody that claims to know that they have answers and that they know what happens when it's lights out,
Nobody
don't
does.
know. They
Nobody
don't know.
does.
And that sometimes when you think about that, that's a very scary thing to think about. We don't know, and we're never going to get answers, because
until we die.
And I don't mean to get really dark and bring this whole entire vibe of this podcast down, but it's definitely, I'm coming up on the anniversary of my friend's death. His name's Tom. He has a podcast out. I don't know if it's appropriate to recommend his content to anybody, but I was on his podcast a couple times, and how many episodes did he release? He released 78 episodes.
Wow.
And I have been on 2 of them.
That's awesome.
I was his second to last podcast. He was a really fun guy to be around. We went to high school together, but he was like 3 grades ahead of me.
Oh, true.
At the time, so we didn't reconnect until like later.
Yeah.
But he's really good at talking. He was really good at working a camera. We had things in the works to do more things like video content. We actually have a couple sketches, but they just never got released, and I'm not gonna release them now.
Yeah.
And it sucks because I'll come across some old messages from him. Like, literally the last thing that we talked about is I I ended up canceling one of our things, and I was just like, sorry, man, I'll get back to you soon. And he was like, no worries, just let me know. And that was the last time we ever spoke. I hold on to that because you never know when you're going to have your last conversation with somebody.
Yeah,
so
it's good to hold on to like those memories and cherish those. Like you've done things with him. That's all that matters.
And I think that's great. I think that's what really draws me to creating stuff on the internet, because you know the internet's going to be around forever, probably until the end of time. And you know there's billions, and there's billions and billions of hours of content being uploaded to the internet every single day. Yep. And people are leaving their mark on the internet. People are putting their little flag in the ground. And, you know, here we are putting our little flag in the ground. Hopefully one day it'll be a big flag.
Hell yeah.
But, you know.
And no matter what, we'll be able to look back on it and be like, hey, we did that.
Yeah,
that's something
exactly.
that happened.
And when
we loved every minute of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, and when we're gone, you know, I mean, I don't want to think about that too much, but, you know, when we're gone, people might find our stuff someday. And you know how YouTube is like recommending very old videos to you? Yeah. Like in your news feed? It's like, I wonder if that'll happen to us. Like that'd people are just a lot of videos are just getting more attention now because YouTube is just randomly throwing them into your feed.
Which is good though, because like a lot of like smaller creators are getting noticed because of that.
Which I think is pretty neat.
Yeah, it's awesome.
For me, it's mostly like 17-second clips of something. Like, let me go to my YouTube homepage here. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to like bring the mood of the podcast down. I'm sorry. Maybe we'll put a little, you know, notification at the beginning saying, you know, we do get a little deep and start talking about existential things like death and and whatnot.
Definitely should put like a trigger warning for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like I mean, like David Dockery. I've known about him for a bit. He's like the guy that did "It's Always Sunny" on drums.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you sent it to me.
Yeah, it's like he'll pick a scene, like a classic scene from a TV show, and he'll like something that kind of has a little bit of a rhythm to it, and he'll write a drum part for it so it fits, and it's pretty cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that just got recommended to me. 2.3 million views, and it was released 3 years ago. So that's an example of that. All right, so. Anyway, I'm trying to think if there was like a conclusion to my church talk.
To my church.
Let me just say this. I know I said it before, but that was not meant to knock on anybody who believes in a certain faith. You know, you are 100% entitled to believe in what...
I am offended, Darryl.
My co-host is canceling me. We're fading. Goodbye, everybody. This is the last episode. Darryl, insert an explosion sound right there.
But yeah.
The hopes we had were much too high. Way out of reach.
Oh, you're going. That's funny, man. But yeah, believe what you want to believe, hoes.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't ever let anybody tell you differently. I might be an asshole, but don't let me be an asshole to you. Just kidding.
Don't let me be an asshole to you.
That's the key part. Don't let me be an asshole to you, because I will find you. And I will wipe your asshole with dude wipes.
With dude wipes. And if you're a woman, sorry, you have a penis now.
Yeah. Penises are gross.
Yeah, they are. I can 100% believe that.
Get all your smelly pee-pees out of my chat. I don't want to see them. I don't want to smell them.
Wash your dicks.
Wash your dick with dude wipes.
Even though they're unscented.
Even though they're unscented. I mean, if you wash it, then there's no scent, right?
Well, yeah. I feel like body parts in general have like a specific odor to it.
Yeah.
And it depends on you if it's going to smell musty or not.
Yeah. I have a...
horrible. Oh my god.
I'm just kidding. I don't.
Please don't. Please.
I'm sorry. I don't know. Was that like too much?
No, it made me laugh.
Okay.
Well, anyway. So to bring the mood a little bit back up,
Yes.
y'all already know what time it is. It's time for how many brain cells do you have? And if you guys aren't familiar on what this segment is, Darryl and I ask each other 10 questions, and we have 2 minutes to answer every question.
Although last time we did not get to at least half of the questions.
No, I think we got to like 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, and whoever
Well, I mean,
loses,
that's more than half.
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
that's true.
Continue.
That's true. That's true. And whoever loses has to have a punishment. So
Punish me, Daddy.
Punish me, Daddy. So I don't know if you want to do that whole coin flip thing again. See who goes first.
Oh yeah, we could do that. Absolutely.
Cool.
Oh, since we actually have our cameras on, we can call it in the air.
Oh, we can.
I'll let you call it. Let me see. I need a quarter. I mean, I don't necessarily need a quarter, but it would be helpful because it is
True.
the biggest coin. Here, I'll just take a nickel.
That's fine.
Ready?
Ready.
Can you see?
Yep.
All right.
Heads.
Tails.
Ooh. All right.
All right, so I'll ask you first.
All right. Let's get it. I'm ready.
All right, I got this stopwatch. All right, here we go. Ready?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, and go. What does HTTP stand for in a web link?
Oh, HTTP.
It is not ho.
Hotline to the penis. Yes. Go.
What year was the first iPhone released?
2007? 6?
Which natural disaster is measured with a Richter scale?
Oh, earthquake?
Which planet in our galaxy is the hottest?
Or tornado? Which planet is again?
In our galaxy is the hottest.
Fuck.
I'll give you a hint.
Venus?
It is not the sun. What?
Venus.
Which animal can be seen on the Porsche logo?
The porch?
What? A Porsche, like the car.
Oh, a
What animal can be
Porsche.
seen on the Porsche logo?
Oh, fuck. What is the animal? Oh my god, I
Also, you can skip questions. You can go back to
skip. I don't know.
it. Okay. Which European nation was said to invent hot dogs? Speaking of the cube rule.
Oh my god, was it Germany?
What is your body's largest organ?
Skin.
Who is the main nemesis of Green Lantern?
Oh fuck.
I picked this one because you're a DC fan, you said, over Marvel.
I know, but I've never seen the Green Lantern.
Okay, all right. All right, we'll skip that one. All right, what is the capital of New Zealand? Your girlfriend lives in New Zealand, sir.
I know. Is it Auckland? I don't think it's Auckland.
In the U.S., what month is Labor Day? In the U.S., what month is Labor Day in? And stop.
That's funny. I got 0 of those questions right.
Well, we'll just have to see, won't we? We'll just have to see. A lot of people are saying that this is a really great segment, and I'm having a lot of fun doing this.
Me too.
It would be cool if, like I said, guys, we may not do this every week, but we'll try and do it as often as we can because it is a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
Definitely.
And if you guys actually have any, I know that this is like supposed to be our thing, but we also want it to be your thing too. So
Yeah.
if you guys have any ideas for segments or any ideas on how to improve any segments, please let us know. All right, I guess it's my turn.
All right, you ready? Let me
Yes.
get timer actually.
I'm gonna sip on some of this energy drink. It's gonna give me brain cells.
Fuck yeah. All
Does
right.
that count as steroids? It counts as cheating, right? It's performance enhancement.
Yeah. Cheating. All right. So, 2 minutes. You ready?
Yes.
And go. What is the rarest M&M color?
Brown.
Which country consumes the most chocolate per capita?
Switzerland?
Which two U.S. states don't observe daylight saving time?
Arizona and Alaska.
Okay. What was the first toy to be advertised on television?
Mr. Potato Head.
In the United Kingdom, what is the day after Christmas known as?
Boxing Day.
What is the tiny piece at the end of a shoelace called?
An aglet. Thank
What is
you,
the tall-
Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Right? What is the tallest breed of dog in the world?
A Mastiff.
What is the largest type of deer?
Deer.
Yeah.
A buck.
What is the name of the Earth's largest ocean?
The Atlantic.
And what is often seen as the smallest unit of memory?
Smallest unit of memory?
Yeah.
Besides me? Smallest unit of memory. Fuck. I don't know.
20 seconds.
Oh, fuck. Smallest unit of memory. And you know what's weird? I have my computer right here. I could just like
Yeah.
low-key just look it up, but you would also see me typing.
I would.
A dicometer. I don't know.
Okay. Time's up. All right. So you got 1, 2. So number 1, what is the rarest M&M color? You said brown. That is correct.
Sweet.
Which country consumes the most chocolate per capita? You said Switzerland. That is correct.
Ooh.
Yeah.
For some reason, when I heard Swiss, I just thought chocolate.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Which two U.S. states don't observe daylight saving time? You got Arizona correct,
Okay.
but the other state was Hawaii.
Ah. See, I had a
Yeah.
feeling that it was like either that it was. I thought it was Alaska because it's like. I mean, Alaska's part of the United States, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking that they're so far away. They're like up in like Canada region, so it's like I just associated that. But I mean, Hawaii also far away from the United States. It's by
Yeah.
itself, so and
that
you
was a
damn
good
Arizonians.
answer. You got Arizona correct. So I'll give you half a point for that.
Okay.
What was the first toy to be advertised on television? You said Mr. Potato Head. That is correct.
Hell yeah.
In the United Kingdom, what is the day after Christmas known as? You said Boxing Day. That is also correct. The only
Oh, yeah.
reason I knew of Boxing Day was because of Kat.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I've just seen it on the calendar. Oh, sorry. I've just seen it on the calendar a shit ton.
Oh no, I've literally have never seen that until Kat has mentioned it. I was like,
Okay.
what is the tiny piece at the end of a shoelace called? You said an aglet. Yet. What is the tallest breed of dog in the world? You said the Mastiff. It's actually the Great Dane.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah. What is the largest type of deer? You said the buck. It is the moose.
Okay.
What is the name of the Earth's largest ocean? You said the Atlantic. It's the Pacific.
Fuck.
Yeah. And what is often seen as the smallest unit of memory? You said the dicobite. It's the kilobyte.
The kilobyte. I knew it was some kind of bite.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So you got 1, 2, 2.5, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 right.
Okay. All right. So, for your questions, first question: what does HTTP stand for in a web link? You said a hotline to the penis. You got that wrong.
Okay.
HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol.
Oh, yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah. Second question: what year was the first iPhone released? You said 2007.
Uh-huh.
That is correct.
Oh, let's go.
Which natural disaster is measured with a Richter scale? You said earthquakes. That is also correct.
Fuck yeah.
Which planet in our galaxy is the hottest? I should be a talk show host, not a talk show host, a game show host.
You should.
Which planet in our galaxy is the hottest? You said Venus. That is correct.
Hey, let's go.
Which animal can be seen on the Porsche logo? You decided to skip that.
Oh, yeah.
And the answer is a horse.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought a Ferrari had a horse on it. That's what I thought.
Me too.
Which European nation was said to invent hot dogs? And you said Germany. That is correct. You guys can't see Brianna right now, but she's doing like a fist pump. Like, yeah. What is your body's largest organ? I didn't think you were going to get this one correct, but you did. It is the skin. I wonder if there's some people sitting right now like, what?
What?
My skin? Eighth question. Who is the main nemesis of Green Lantern? It is Sinestro.
Oh.
What is the capital of New Zealand? I forget what you said.
I said Auckland.
Okay, Auckland. It is not Auckland. It is Wellington.
Wellington.
Yes. And in the U.S., what month is Labor Day in? You didn't answer in time. It is September.
September. I was going to say July, so.
Okay. All right, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions right, which means we are tied. So I think we need to do a lightning round.
Yeah,
Insert
I agree.
a lightning sound. All right, so I think what we should do now is we should do a lightning round. We will grab 5 questions, and we'll have a minute to answer 5 questions.
Okay, I'm down.
Okay. Lightning round.
Lightning round. All right, I feel like since you went first last time, I'll ask you questions this time.
Okay, cool.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
And what did the first vending machine dispense?
Japan.
What, no, like, what did it have in it?
Oh, it just depends. Okay, soda.
Okay, where in the body is blood produced?
The heart.
What is the largest French-speaking city outside of France?
Outside of France, like it's not in France.
Yeah.
New York City.
What's the largest animal on Earth?
A giraffe.
What NFL team has a plant for its logo? You know this.
Plant. I don't know football. Skip.
And out of time.
Fuck! We can't, shit. I feel like that's not enough time.
No, it was, because you got through all of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
That was the last question.
Oh, okay.
All right, so...
That didn't feel like 5. Holy shit.
I know. Okay, so what did the first vending machine dispense?
Oh, wait, shouldn't we do yours first?
Oh, yeah, true.
Okay,
Yeah.
All right. All right, here we go. Got a minute.
Okay.
And here we go. What is the highest score you can get in 10-pin bowling?
Like the number?
Yes. What's the highest score you can get in bowling?
12?
What are the names of the 2 eels who are Ursula's sidekicks?
Oh no. I don't know. Skip.
Come on, redhead. Okay. In which studio did the Beatles record most of their songs?
Like where?
Yes. What was the name of the studio where they recorded most of their songs?
Oh,
what was the name of the studio?
I don't know, but I feel like it was somewhere in the UK.
Are you skipping that one?
Yeah.
Okay. In opposition to World War I, what grew popular in the 1920s? Or what genre of music grew popular in the 1920s?
Jazz?
What is a female flower's reproductive organ called?
A female flowers?
Yeah. And time's up.
Okay. So what did the first vending machine dispense? You said Japan. And then you said
I thought you meant to say okay. So
Soda.
I thought you were asking where was the first vending machine, like where was it first implemented? I thought it was Japan, because it seems like a very Japanese thing to do.
It is. The first vending machine dispensed holy water.
Holy water.
Holy water.
Was not expecting that.
Yeah.
Was it in like the Vatican?
Oh, probably.
I don't know. Anyway.
Where in the body is blood produced? You said the heart. It is the bones.
The bones?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. What is the largest French-speaking city outside of France? You said New York. It's Montreal.
Montreal.
Yeah.
French Canadian. Why didn't I think?
Yeah. Montreal.
I just thought New York City because that's just a whole entire cluster of just
you guys
people
have
from
like
everywhere.
A lot. Yeah.
It's just a giant melting pot. That's what I love about New York City.
That's awesome.
Can't go down there now though.
No. Get the Rona. Okay. What's the largest animal on Earth? You said the giraffe. It is the blue whale.
God damn it. Of course it's the blue whale. I didn't even think about that because it's just like there are bigger things in the ocean than there are on land. Yeah. So why didn't I think of that? I'm so dumb.
And what NFL team has a plant for its logo? Said Skip. It is the New Orleans Saints. You see like that logo? It's like the gold with like the
Saints?
Yeah. You've seen it before.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is fleur de lis? Okay.
So yeah, you got none of them right. But I feel like I did the same.
Okay. All right. What is the highest score you can get in 10-pin bowling? You said 12. 10-pin bowling, mean like regular bowling. I even rephrased it and said in regular bowling, and you still said 12. The answer is 300, Brianna.
Okay.
Which are the names? When you said 12, I
saw your face. You were like...
I tried my best to not laugh. I was shaking my head because I was just like, don't laugh, you're gonna give it away.
That's so funny, dude.
What are the names of the two eels who are Ursula's sidekicks? I remember I even asked you, did you watch The Little Mermaid growing up? Because I wanted to take it easier on you. Maybe not take it easy on you, but I wanted to
catch me off guard with her eels. What?
I mean, you said it was your favorite movie, and that's the reason why you have red hair. So I was like, she is dedicated to Ariel. She's dedicated to Little Mermaid. She's dedicated to Disney. You have sold your soul to Disney. What have you done?
I'm a fake fan.
Don't you know that Disney is one of like the worst corporations in the world?
Yeah.
You stick with what you like, I suppose. Next question. In which studio did the Beatles record most of their songs? You skipped it. It is Abbey Road.
Wow. Okay, that's literally an album. Okay.
I wanted to say that too. I want to say if it helps, it's an album, but I didn't want to give you any hints because this is the lightning round. No help.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
In opposition to World War I, what grew popular in the 1920s? You said jazz. It's jazz and dancing, but I gave you that because that is you got that correct.
Hey.
Number 5. What is a female flower's reproductive organ called? You ran out of time.
The vulva.
It is No, the answer is the clitoris. No, it is.
Oh no.
Did you know that 99% of men cannot find the clitoris?
God damn it.
You ran out of time, but the answer is the pistol.
Oh.
Yes.
I would not have gotten that at all.
If you are an individual of the flower variety and you do not ask for consent, they will shoot you with their pistol.
The more you know.
Yes. I'm taking that joke out. That didn't land. That joke didn't hit the way that I had intended. Pistol is spelled P-I-S-T-I-L. I just wanted to make it into a pistol consent joke or something. I don't know. I couldn't make it work.
You tried.
Yeah, I tried. You know, not every joke is gonna land.
No.
So you got one question correct, which means this week I must suffer
You are
the
the
punishment.
loser today.
I am the loser. So, Brianna, I must ask, do you have a punishment in mind? And if not, we could come up with one right now, because I feel like we shouldn't wait till the next episode to tell everybody what it's going to be.
Yeah.
You must take 2 butt plugs and put them into your eyes.
Jesus. Oh my God.
Oh God, what did you find?
This one sounds really good.
Okay.
But I won't do it to the extent. Okay. So your punishment is
Okay.
open Facebook, go to the account of the first person you see, and like every post on their wall going back a month. This one says a year. I'm cutting you some slack.
You might want to grab a screenshot of this face.
I'm gonna do right now.
Wait, so you said it's the first person that I see?
Yeah, first person that you see.
Fuck!
And like all their shit on their wall.
Oh my God, okay. I'm gonna do this right now. Oh, okay. I got let off easy. I know this person very well.
Good.
So, I mean, does this now still constitute as a punishment?
I mean, yeah, because you're stalking their page.
Boom. Actually, no, I'll share my screen so you can see that I actually am doing this.
I can't wait for them to get a whole bunch of notifications.
All right, so there's one right there, starting at December 11th. Boom. And now we wait. See, I don't think she'll say anything. I don't think she'll say anything.
Just message you like,
I mean, I'll tell her it was for a podcast.
True.
That was a punishment, but
That's funny.
I mean, compare the punishments. You had to make a dating account, and I had to do that. I think yours was more severe, but
a little bit. But
I mean, if I had opened up my Facebook page to, like, let's say an ex or something like that.
Yeah, or like someone you didn't know that well. Like that would have been bad.
That would have been awful. Just for shits and giggles, I want to see who, like, the second actually, I'm gonna refresh my page and see who it would be then. Oh, it would have been Morg, so that wouldn't have been weird either. I don't know. I feel like everyone that I'm friends with on Facebook. I mean, nah, I take it back.
Honestly, I'm on I never go on Facebook, but all of my Facebook is like either my family or everyone that I went to high school and middle school with that I do not talk to.
I think this is a perfect time to segue into the loveliest topic of the week, which is what's got you high? What's got you high? What's got you high? All right, so it's been a week since the last episode, and have you how much life have you lived, young Brianna?
How much life have I lived? Man. Not much has changed.
Well, I mean, that's good in some ways.
Yeah. I honestly just been hanging out. I've been hanging out with my family a bit. Like today we watched like the Dolphin game. My dad and I used to always go to like home games because he always like got like season tickets and stuff.
Yeah. That's very interesting because you don't necessarily strike me as somebody who's into sports.
Yeah, like I'm not like a diehard fan, but I'll watch it when it's on, and like I have like a basic understanding of it, you know. And it's like it's fun to go to those events because when it's live, it's a lot different.
Oh yeah,
it's like
for sure.
The atmosphere is like completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah. We watched the game today, and it was fun. I was just hanging out with my dad and like mom, my brother. We're just straight up chilling. Like a pretty relaxing week.
That's good.
I've spent more time with them, and I think that's what's got me high. So been nice.
That's awesome. Family time, especially around this time of year, around close to Christmas, is the best. I tend to really enjoy spending time with my family now. You know, I mean, I think once I moved out of my parents' place, that kind of in a weird way allowed me to become closer to my family because we're not always around and at each other's throats. And
Yeah.
every time I see them, it's always a good time to see them, even if
Nice.
it's for just a little bit.
Yeah. Family time's important.
Absolutely.
What's got you had, Darryl?
Why is it on this segment we always do the Southern accents?
I don't know.
Started my streams back up again, and for the first time in a long time, I actually stuck to my weekly schedule, which was
That's
really
awesome.
nice. And it's like only 3 days a week, which doesn't seem like a big commitment, but me being the type of person I am, it made me happy to actually, number one, work on this project, focus on my other thing, and be there on time when I say that I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
And the fact that I was successfully able to do it for a week is just like little baby steps.
Yeah.
And also I'm trying to eat a little bit healthier because, I'm not necessarily the healthiest of eaters, and
I get that.
I'm really trying to make an effort this year because I'm 25. I just turned 25 this year. I'm not getting any younger. I need to really start taking care of my body and my physical health. So I'm just trying to do little things here and there. I'm going to try and exercise later this evening and just hopefully get into more of a routine. And and when I think about it, it kind of stresses me out a bit because it's like I was able to do all the things I wanted to do this week in terms of the stuff that I create online, and also adding more things on into my personal life, or the idea of having to do that kind of scares me a bit because I'm like, what if I just start neglecting one thing? And I want to be able to fit all that stuff into my routine because it's something I know that I can do if I put my mind to it. But just taking that first step is kind of intimidating in a way because I don't want to drop off like I always do. I don't want to do one thing for a while, get some momentum going, start seeing, changes in my life, and then just drop off, and just not do it anymore. I really want to be around for a long time, and I'm 25. I'm still young as fuck. But I don't want I want to be around as long as I possibly can.
Yeah, you don't want that risk.
Yeah,
of like anything
exactly.
happening.
And also, I'm adopted. I never met my family, so I don't know my main family's health history, and that's always been in the back of my mind. It's scary because it's like somebody in my mom's side of the family might have a certain health problem that's genetic, but it's like that doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
So
Random question.
Yes.
Were you and your siblings adopted or just you?
My two sisters are my mom and dad's own children.
Okay.
But my brother and I are both adopted from Korea, but my brother and I are not related by blood.
Okay. And are you like the youngest or like middle, oldest?
I am. So my youngest sister is 20 and my other sister is 21. And my brother's 26 and I'm 25.
Okay, so you're like the
so
second.
I'm kind of like the second middle thing.
Yeah. Second oldest.
And you have a younger brother, correct?
I do. He is 13.
Okay. And that's the only other sibling you have?
I have a half brother. He's
Oh, I didn't know that.
29?
Okay.
So I'm the middle.
Okay. Do you see him often?
My half brother, no.
Okay.
Haven't spoken to him in 13 years.
Okay. But you close with your little brother?
Yeah, my younger brother definitely.
Okay.
I got him into like PC gaming.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I recommended a PC that my dad got to get him because he was asking me what kind of PC he should get. And it's basically like the same thing as mine, just like I think like the graphics and like the processor are like just like one generation under.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's pretty decent, and like he always comes in and asks like what games I'm playing and like if there's any new things. And I got him into Among Us.
Nice.
He tried it on my PC and he loved it. So now he got it on his.
Among Us is fun with good friends.
Yeah, it's definitely about the company.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to do more Among Us streams sometime. I think that would be very fun.
Yeah, for for the birthday stream I'm doing. Hopefully everyone will be on board to play Among Us, and we can do like the hide and seek mode instead of like the normal mode.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Do you want to plug that stream, by the way, since we're here?
Yeah. So, you guys didn't know, it is my birthday next week. Well, the time that we post this,
It will have already
on
happened.
the 18th. Yeah. So the day that we post this, my birthday would have been yesterday.
Yeah. So everybody wish Brianna a happy belated birthday.
So I think to close out the podcast, you've been listening to any nice music?
Oh, I have been. So Dave Grohl and Greg Kurstin have released this little special on the Foo Fighters YouTube channel. Greg Kurstin is a producer, I believe. He is a producer. Some of the stuff that he has, he's worked with Sia, Halsey, Beck, Kelly Clarkson, Paul McCartney, Pink, and Adele. He played most of the instruments on Adele's single "Hello."
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Hello from the end. Yeah.
And it's funny, I saw this video on how Dave met Greg. They were in Hawaii, I believe. He was on vacation. Dave was on vacation with his family. Greg was on vacation with his family. And they managed to be at the same restaurant at the same time. And they were both eating with their families. And Dave saw Greg sitting at a table. And the way Dave described it, he was like, I had to run over to him and just like interrupt his dinner and be like rude and just be like, listen, man, like you're an inspiration to me. And they ended up hanging out during their vacation together. Like Dave wanted to like ask him like, oh, like, hey, like I know you did all these other albums and stuff, but would you possibly consider producing a Foo Fighters album? But he was just too nervous to ask, so I guess he just didn't ask. But then Greg brought it up and was like, hey, like if you ever want, like we could like record some songs together or something.
That's awesome.
So Greg Kurstin produced the last Foo Fighters album, Concrete and Gold, which is a great album. It's not the music I'm recommending, but if you guys are familiar with the Foo Fighters, you should definitely check out Concrete and Gold. I think it's a really solid album. It received a couple critiques here and there, but I think it was a really good album. For those of you that don't know, the Foo Fighters are my favorite band of all time. I don't necessarily remember really what hooked me onto them, but I do remember listening to them when I was younger in middle school and hearing some of their older albums. And back when like VH1 and MTV were showing music videos, like Foo Fighters were on there a lot. I'm pretty sure MTV even had them take over their studios for 24 hours, and the Foo Fighters just did this special that ran for 24 hours on MTV back in the day. But
I miss when MTV was good, man.
Yeah. What happened?
I don't know.
Did they
what happened to music television? Now it's just reality shows and stupid shit.
Yeah, I haven't seen MTV in a long time. I don't know what they do now. I know, like you said, it's just stupid reality shows and stuff.
Yeah, that's sad.
But Greg Kurstin and Dave recently started releasing this thing called the Hanukkah Sessions, because Greg is Jewish. Dave's not Jewish, but they have been recording just Greg on the keyboard, Dave on the drums and vocals, doing covers of famous Jewish artists. Like so far they have done the Beastie Boys, Drake, and Mountain. So far they've been releasing them like every night for the last couple days, all 8 days of Hanukkah. And they did Sabotage by the Beastie Boys, Hotline Bling by Drake, and the one they released yesterday was, what was it? You listened to it.
Mississippi Queen by Mountain.
Mississippi Queen by Mountain, yeah. And so far they're really solid. I would highly recommend starting with Hotline Bling.
That one blew me away. I didn't think I would like it so much, but it was really good.
It's really good. And there's like these like little interstitial like cuts of Dave with a menorah in his hand, and he's just got his like glasses on with his hat backwards, and he's just doing like slow-mo dances.
Dude, it's so fucking funny.
It's so fucking good. I highly recommend listening to those. And the The other cover that blew me away was The First Night. Just listen to them in order. They have a playlist on the Foo Fighters YouTube channel. It's the Beastie Boys cover of Sabotage. I was not expecting Dave to sing those high screamy vocals, and he matched the vibe of the Beastie Boys perfectly.
He killed it.
So yeah, that's what I've been listening to this week. That's what I got for you guys.
Nice.
Check it out. The
Good
Hanukkah
shit.
sessions.
Hanukkah.
What have you been listening to?
So, I heard of this artist a few times, like through Twitter and stuff, but I never actually gave him like a shot until a friend of mine recommended him, and his name is Hobo Johnson. So, what I would describe his music is like there's a rap influence, but it's more like, I guess, like poetry-ish. So it's like it has very deep meanings, and like you can like hear the emotion, because like it's like raw basically. It has like really good instrumentals, and then he like rap talks over it.
Okay. At least it's not mumble rap.
No, not at all. It's the complete opposite. Like you can actually hear like every word he says. You can feel and hear the emotion of like everything that he does say. And it's like it has some pretty deep meanings. So I put in to our playlist Daydream Arcade Favorites. Hello, I can't speak today. I put his song Ugly Kid.
Okay.
That's a good song. This one, the next one that I put, it's called Subaru Crosstrek XV. It's not as like meaningful. It just kind of goes hard. And,
Okay.
like
I mean, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, the beat is really good. And then this title of this last song that I put, it's called Ode to Justin Bieber. It made me laugh when I first saw it. But then when you actually listen to the song, it's like, oh, okay. And especially the outro, it like slows down a lot, and like you can hear him kind of speaking his mind about some things, and like it's really good. I really think people should check him out. The album is called The Fall of Hobo Johnson. It's really good. Definitely recommend it. If you like some meaningful shit and like some good instrumentals, you know?
Yeah. That sounds awesome. I will definitely check that out. And like we said, guys, you guys can listen to this said playlist on Spotify. It is the Daydream Arcade Favorites. It has our cover photo on it, and the description is just you'll find it when you see it.
Yeah. It's the only thing that comes up.
Yeah. So thank you guys for listening to this episode. It's been episode 6. It's been quite a ride. But unfortunately, as we said before, my last podcast, we only got to 6 episodes, or we never got to 6 episodes, I think. So this is the last episode of the Daydream Arcade. So thank you all so much for being on this ride with us. It's been a wonderful journey. I'm just kidding. We're gonna be back for more episodes. I feel like I wonder what people thought when they listened to the last episode and were like, the last episode, what?
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 What do you mean?
Oh shit! Did you see what Kat just asked us? What is the worst, weirdest punishment your parents ever gave you as a kid?
Oh.
I used to. My mom used to do the soap thing.
I've never had that happen to me.
I once swore and she put soap in my mouth.
I remember this one time I had a little notepad, and for some reason I wrote fuck like multiple times in it.
Oh god.
And my parents found it. And like they wanted to be mad, but they just kept laughing so hard at the fact that little me, I was like 4 or 5, and I wrote into this little notepad. I think it was like a Blue's Clues notepad.
Oh,
and I was
no.
like, fuck.
Oh no.
They were like, why?
The audacity.
The audacity.
My parents once found, I used to have like a book of song lyrics that I used to write out. And I remember one time I wrote down the lyrics to Metallica's "So What." Have you ever heard that song?
By who?
Metallica.
No.
Let me pull up the lyrics for this. This is quite a doozy.
I was grounded for a month once.
I don't think I've ever been grounded that long. I've been grounded for a weekend.
Oh.
But that's crazy. What did you do to get grounded for a month?
Man.
Do you even remember?
I want to say it was when I got caught smoking.
Oh, I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But I mean, I'm glad they came around.
Yeah. And also my best friend was Clarissa. She was
there
grounded
too?
for a month. Yeah. She was also grounded for a month.
Oh shit. Did they catch both of you?
No.
Okay.
It was
separate
really
instances?
bad. Yeah, so I think we had smoked, or I don't know if I was smoking at that time, actually. I think it was just her. She smoked in her house like a dumbass. She was like smoking out of her window.
I mean, that's what I did when I got caught.
Yeah.
So we're both dumbasses.
So but it still smelled. So like her parents came home and they were like, "What the fuck is this smell? Oh my god!" And like they just reamed her a new one, and she got grounded for a month. And I remember we were it was during the summer too, so we didn't have school, but we would volunteer at our high school because we got like service hours and shit. So we would do that, and literally we would, because her mom I think would pick us up, because we lived in the same neighborhood. So her mom would pick us up, and literally we would go to the school, and then right after she would just have to go right home. Don't do that. So yeah, that was the whole time. But this is very irrelevant to the podcast.
No, it's okay. It is okay. I asked the question. We ask questions on this podcast.
That's true.
This might be the longest episode we've ever done.
Yeah.
But
be.
The Metallica lyrics that my parents, or my mom specifically, caught, I'm going to read a little excerpt here.
Okay.
Well, I fucked the Queen. I fucked Bach. I've even sucked an old man's cock. So what? So what? I fucked a sheep. I fucked a goat. I rammed my cock right down its throat. So what? So what? So what, you boring little fuck?
I have never heard this song. And you wrote that shit down?
I wrote that shit down amongst other angsty songs, but that's just like I don't know what I was thinking writing that shit down. But yeah, that my mom found my journal and she just happened to flip through them, and that's one thing that she saw.
Wow.
What can I say?
Lyrics.
What can I say? I was an angsty teen.
I feel that. I was an angsty 4-year-old. I wrote fuck.
I kind of am tempted to ask you a question, but we don't have to keep it in if it's like a weird question.
What?
Have your parents ever caught you watching porn, or have found porn on your computer?
Yes, they have caught me.
Is that a podcast worthy story, or is it like to?
I was I don't even know how old I was, but I was like pretty small. It was kind of weird, but it was like when porn was on TV, and like
HBO.
Like there were some like channels that were specifically about porn.
Okay.
Yeah. So for some reason we had them. Now that wasn't my damn fault. But I was flipping through and then I found it. I literally remember it too. Like, oh my God, it was so bad. It was on my TV too.
Oh,
and my
man.
parents walk in and they're like, "What the fuck are you watching?" And I was like, "Huh?"
Was it like a TV in your room, or like a living?
Yeah,
Okay.
It was my TV in my room, but like my dumb ass, bro. Like I'm like, "Oh, I'm just gonna watch it on TV. It's fine." And then they come in, and my TV is the first thing they see.
Oh Jesus!
And they're like, "Bro, hello?"
Was it like during something like really raunchy? It's okay if you don't remember.
No, I remember vividly.
It's like moments like that, like getting caught, like smoking weed and like getting caught watching porn, are like those moments will stand out.
You just remember.
Yeah.
You just remember. Yeah, like, so, all right, I'm gonna just say it. So I don't remember how it got there, but it was like a bunch of dildos on the floor.
Oh.
And then this girl would go on them and sit on them. And that was it. But it showed everything. So they walked in on that and they were like, huh? And I was like, huh?
As a parent, I can't imagine what the feeling must be to have that happen to you.
I don't know. I just know as a child having that happen to me, it was traumatic.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I imagine it was equally as traumatic.
Probably. Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Oh, she's remembering things.
Because it recently happened.
Oh God.
But it wasn't.
Spill the tea.
Oh my God. All right, I'm gonna say it. Kat, I'm so sorry if you're listening to this. I love you. I'm just spilling our tea. So,
she probably clicked off of it by now.
yeah, I know. So, I went out of town for my best friend's birthday, like not last month, and so, my dad cleaned my closet while I was gone, like because I had a whole bunch of shit in there. He wanted to like clear shit out, so I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. But I forgot I had something in there. So he goes through my closet and he cleans it. And then he finds this black bag, a box in it. And it's 100%. And they, oh God. And they like look at it and he calls my mom over and she just starts busting out laughing. Like she is like losing her shit. And my dad is like, what the fuck is this? Why does she have this? Like, and my mom is losing it. And she's like, what the hell do you think our daughter is going to be doing with that? Like, she is 20 something. Like, what do you expect? And I'm like,
my God.
No.
I love how your mom is just like totally cool with it.
Dude, I adore my mom. She is so fucking funny. She's literally like my best friend. Like,
it's so funny.
Dude, oh my God. That was so fucking funny. But my dad's like now traumatized and he can't look at me the same.
My little girl.
Yeah, because he came in to my room. He's like, I don't even want to look at you right now.
He said that?
Yeah. He's like, I can't look at you.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it's a time.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, those are my little stories.
All right, so I think it's fair that I share mine.
Yeah.
So when I was younger, I didn't have a computer of my own. I never had a TV in my room from the time that I was
Damn.
From the time that I was born to the time that I had like iPod touches, so I guess that counted, but it wasn't until I was in college that I had a laptop of my own. And so for my entire childhood, we shared a family computer in the living room. One time, like after my sexual awakening, I decided to just type in just like random, just really innocent things on the internet, like naked lady, and stuff like that. And so it was just very innocent terms, and then like porn websites came up. It was nothing like Pornhub or anything. It was just like those like really like weird like back end porn sites.
Oh yeah, like those sketchy sites.
Yeah, and I remember I was probably like 12 or like 11 or something like that, and when I was that young, during the day on the weekends we would go out, like myself and my friends would go out and ride bikes and stuff like that. So sitting there just scrolling through, watching videos, not even sitting there jerking off or anything like that. Just sitting there, just watching. Like, wow. Boobies.
That's so funny.
And so like I was done there, got up, turned the computer off and left for the day.
No.
And my parents always wanted to have these walkie-talkies so that we could like communicate with each other, because I didn't have a cell phone back then. I was too young.
Yeah.
And I was out riding with friends, and then all of a sudden I get like a boop, Darryl, and answer it. I'm like, yeah, what's up? And they're like, we need you to come back to the house. And I was like, why? And they're like, just come home right now. And I'm like, sorry guys, I gotta go. And went home. And it's about like a 2 mile ride back home. I get back, I'm fucking exhausted. I come in the house, I'm like, what's up? And they're in the living room. They come over, and they're like, turn the computer on. And I was like, what do you mean turn the computer on? And they're like, turn the computer on, Darryl. I turned the computer on. I didn't shut it off. It only went into sleep mode.
And
I
was just
left
playing?
I left the browser open.
Oh, no.
And that is how my parents caught me watching porn.
That's horrible. I have a small story that happened to my old best friend.
Okay.
So she had a laptop.
All right.
And I remember we were fucking around, and this was when like 2 Girls 1 Cup became like really popular. Yeah. And us being small, edgy little children were like, oh, let's look for it and let's watch it. Oh. Yeah. So we looked for it, and then we went on, like, we got directed to like this porn website, but it gave her a virus.
Oh, shit.
And so a whole bunch of porn ads just popping up, and she can't close it. And it's like every time she would close it, like another one would pop up. And it's just constant. And so she just shut her laptop, and she's like, oh my God, what do I do? And I was like, I don't know. And then I went home.
I don't know what you're going to do, but I know what I'm doing. I'm getting the fuck
going
out of this
home.
house.
Thanks, though.
That's hilarious.
It was so funny.
Did you ever find out what happened to her laptop? Did she get in trouble?
Yeah, I think she showed it to her mom.
Oh, God.
And her mom was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like,
we were just trying to watch this video called 2 Girls 1 Cup. Which is even worse than porn.
Dude, it's, oh my, thankfully, I have never seen it.
2 Girls 1 Cup?
Yes, I have never seen
that
video.
You haven't. Be glad you haven't.
I know everything that happens in it, but I have never seen it myself.
Supposedly it's fake.
Yes.
Supposedly
Apparently.
the supposed fecal matter is just like a brownie or something like that, just like mushed together. With like chocolate mousse or something like that. But apparently it's just staged.
Well, that's good. That's because that can cause some problems.
Yeah, there are a lot of videos like 2 Girls 1 Cup that I remember.
One
like
guy, one jar.
The Pain Olympics.
Oh my God.
Do you remember the Pain Olympics?
I do.
Oh shit.
I also there was this other.
Was it the dick hacking video?
No.
Okay.
There was like, it was like kind of like a challenge. Like it was a bunch of like disgusting, awful videos, and like you had to watch all of them to the end to like win the challenge. And I won, but it was horrible. It was horrible.
It makes me question things about myself because like it's like sometime like back when when this was a thing on Reddit, like r/watch people die.
Oh my God, yeah. And do you remember Best Score?
Yeah. Oh my God, that stuff used to like just.
That was traumatic.
In some way, it was kind of just like you couldn't help but continue to scroll and continue to watch things.
Like you can't look away. It's like it's fucked up.
We all have every person to a certain capacity has this kind of I literally just had the phrase on the tip of my tongue, like this morbid curiosity.
Yes.
And I
it's
guess
not necessarily saying you're like a disgusting, horrible person. It's just you can't help but be like, I'm kind of curious as to what
exactly
that looks like.
Kind of like with like famous serial killers.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's like who's your favorite famous serial killer? That's not necessarily praising. In my opinion, that's not necessarily praising. What they did, because what they did was completely awful and terrible.
Absolutely horrible.
But, it's just this curiosity of like, how the human mind works.
That's literally exactly why. So some of my favorite things to watch, especially on YouTube, is like true crime videos and like murder documentaries and like all that shit, because I just find it very fascinating what could like make a person do something that awful? Like,
Right.
what works in their
Like,
brain?
what
Like, what makes them
wires-
different?
Like,
Yeah.
why is the pink wire attaching to the yellow wire instead of
Yeah.
instead of attaching to its actual,
Yeah, I find that so fascinating. Like, anything like psychology wise, I find that shit so fascinating.
I honestly, for a little while, wanted to go to school to be a psychiatrist because I
too.
find it very interesting on how the human mind works. But then I was like, nope, I want to
Yeah.
do something creative and struggle for the
I was like,
majority of my life.
no, studying, no,
Yeah.
no.
But I think those types of topics are, some people make them taboo. Like
Yeah.
if you ask a question to some person where it's just like, who's your favorite serial killer? They might look at you weird and think that you're kind of fucked up in the head, but I don't think that it should be viewed as that.
No,
I think it's
just,
okay and
who do
perfectly
you find
normal.
the most interesting?
Yeah, I think it's normal to have a morbid curiosity because, it's like
But
it's-
I will say though, like, I know, for example, the women, like the girls that were super big fans of the Columbine shooters, and they like idolized them. That's fucked up.
That's a little
That's fucked
creepy. And also, the tours of like the Ted Bundy murders, like that's a thing that
Yeah.
people go around, and like some like women are like really like
They're like in love with that
in
man.
love with Ted Bundy.
It's weird as fuck. Like, I found his whole like story like interesting, but that dude was weird as fuck. Like,
Yeah. Did we watch that movie, right? Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile?
I think so. I've seen that twice.
Okay. That's such a good movie.
It was such a good movie.
Like, remember when that last scene when he's in the court and they're like shooting back between him and his ex-girlfriend Liz. Like, she's trying to get him to confess.
Yeah. And then
and-
he shows like the picture.
Yeah, and then he writes hacksaw on the prison glass window. That was such an intense scene.
I feel bad for Liz.
Yeah.
She went through some shit. And then fucking Carol Ann. Fuck that bitch.
I think it would have been interesting to have been around during that time. During that whole
it would have been
trial.
terrifying and interesting.
Yeah. Before, really quickly, just a quick segue. Did you see the thing about the Zodiac killer? They finally
yeah.
deciphered that little puzzle.
I didn't know what it said, but I heard that they deciphered it.
Let me open up a new tab here. We're officially 2 hours into this recording.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a long episode, guys. This is really fun. Zodiac.
I like how we started off with this with nothing to talk about.
Oh yeah, no.
We got so much.
Zodiac Killer Cipher. Okay, so I'm about to read what it says.
Okay.
So in case you guys don't know, Zodiac Killer,
Ted Cruz.
what?
Ted Cruz.
I thought you said Ted Cruz, but I wanted to be sure.
Yeah.
So basically, it translated to, I hope you're having lots of fun and trying to catch me. That wasn't me on the TV show. Which brings up a point about me. I'm not afraid of the gas chamber, because it will send me to paradise all the sooner, because I now have enough slaves to work for me, where everyone else has nothing when they reach paradise, so they will be afraid of death. I am not afraid, because I know that my new life will be an easy one in paradise. Interesting. But yeah, it's crazy that they finally
that's
deciphered
scary,
it.
dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he's so cocky.
Like when you get a cocky serial killer, that's when it gets like. Have you ever seen the Ted Bundy tapes of like him in prison?
Yeah.
It's crazy because it's like he is a charming individual.
Completely.
Which
Like, you would not think he was capable of that.
Yeah, which is kind of creepy because I feel like most serial killers, I feel like, well, that's how they get you.
Yeah, because they're psychotic. Because they know how to manipulate.
Yeah. But yeah, that's very interesting. I forget if we were gonna go off on like some other tangent about like serial killers. But anyway, we went from talking about like getting caught watching porn to serial killers.
That's so funny.
This has been a public service announcement by Darryl and Brianna of the Daydream Arcade. We know that you've been watching porn while you've been listening to this, so put your hands away, or hands, put them away. We know what you've been doing, you dirty, 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 dirty human. You dirty human.
No, nasty.
Wipe yourself off with some dude wipes. Thank you for listening to episode 6 of the podcast. We really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out and listening. This has been very fun, and we will see you guys next week. You guys can follow us on Twitter at Daydream Arcade and on Instagram at The Daydream Arcade. We also have a Twitch channel by the same name, The Daydream Arcade, which we're going to be doing streams on very soon. And me personally, you can follow me at Young Retro Live on Twitter, Young Retro 64 on Twitch, and Young Retro 64 on Instagram. Brianna, where can they find you?
You can find me on all social media at Certicate, Twitch, Instagram, Twitter. It's SERDECATE.
Hell
Get
yeah.
on it.
Absolutely. And we have a Twitter question proposed for you guys next week. For the Christmas episode, we want to know, what are some of your favorite holiday memories? Even if you don't celebrate Christmas around this time of year, what are some of your favorite cherished memories? We're going to post the question on Twitter as well for you guys, and next week will be our Christmas episode, and we are going to try and do something that nobody in the history of podcasting has been able to do for a Christmas episode. We
Hell yeah.
are going to summon Santa Claus in the flesh.
You guys won't believe it.
It's gonna happen. We got these really expensive spices and materials coming in. It might require some bloodshed. It might require some violence, but we're gonna figure this.
Might have to sacrifice someone.
Yep, we're gonna have to figure this ritual out. So for you know who I think would be a good sacrifice? Everybody that's watching porn right now during this episode.
Yeah, I agree. Fucking sinners.
Every single one. You're going to hell. And we are going to feed you to Santa Claus. That's the last thing you're going to see before you die, is Santa cutting open your belly and feasting on your insides. Pleasant thought. Anyway, sweet dreams. Have a great weekend. We'll see you guys next week.
Boy.
Bye-bye. I will say I have been very blessed. I mean, I'll say that was so ironic that I said that.
I know.
I have been.
I grew up Catholic, not Catholic.